Half the people in Thurston County think that the housing market is crashing, and the other half still thinks that it's 2021 and their house is worth whatever Zillow told them on a good day. And both of those people are wrong, and the June numbers make that pretty hard to argue with. So here's the headline. Across Washington state, the median sale price in June came in at $650,000, which is down 3% from a year ago. In Thurston County, the median single-family sale price was $562,500, which was up 2.3%. So the state went down and Thurston County went up. At the exact same time, we added more inventory than almost any county in Washington. So that combination is not really supposed to happen. Let me show you why it did, what it means if you're buying, what it means if you're selling, and where I think this is going to land by the end of this year. If you're new here, my name's Kennon. I'm a local real estate agent here. I own some coffee shops here, and I've been part of this community for my entire life. So this video is not some national market recap. I'm actually here, I work this area, and I study these stats on a regular basis. So with that, let's get into it. If you only remember one statistic from this video, make it this one. Active listings in Thurston County were up 29.3% in June 2026 compared to June of 2025. That was the fourth largest inventory increase out of all 27 counties in the Northwest MLS. We have not had this amount of inventory to choose from in a decade. Now, here's where it gets more interesting. Normally when supply jumps like that, prices fall. That's just basic economics. But that's not what happened here. Prices have held and they've even moved up slightly. What actually changed was speed and leverage. Sellers didn't lose their equity this year, they lost their timeline. And those are two very different problems. And I'll come back to that when we talk about listing strategy. So let me walk you through the arc of the first 6 months of this year, because the story changed 3 separate times. Going back to January was kind of ugly. The median single family sale price dropped to $506,500, which was down more than 6% from January of 2025. If you read a headline in February about Thurston County prices falling, that was the number that they were quoting. By March, we were back to $540,300 and sales volume jumped 18% over the prior March. By June, we were at $562,500 and positive year over year. So anybody who took a January snapshot and built a whole narrative around it got the entire year wrong. And that's the danger of monthly data in a county the size of Thurston County. One heavy month of rural closings or one quiet month at the high end can swing the median 40 grand. One more piece of the price picture, and it's the part that nobody really talks about: condos. The Thurston County condo median in June was $353,000, down 3% from last year. The condo market here has been soft for about 18 months. Low volume, higher HOA dues, insurance costs climbing, financing hurdles that single family buyers don't deal with. All of these were kind of issues that were causing this to happen in the condo market. So if you own a condo in this county and you're planning to sell, your market and your neighbor's market are not the same market. So what's causing this variance between Thurston County and the rest of the state? I really think there's 3 reasons, and they're all pretty local. Reason 1 is our job base doesn't move the way Seattle's does. State government is roughly 23% of all the jobs in Thurston County. Healthcare, education, retail, food service make up most of the rest. Our unemployment rate in March was 4.7%, below the statewide 5.1%. When tech has a rough quarter, King and Snohomish County feel it in about 90 days. Thurston County doesn't. That stability is the whole reason the price line looks different in Thurston County from theirs. So I'll add the honest caveat that stability is not infinite. Thurston County government closed a projected $36 million general fund gap down to around $11.5 million through cuts, and commissioners asked for a second straight year of pay freezes back in May. State and county budget pressure is real, and it's the thing I'm watching hardest going into 2027. It hasn't shown up in home prices yet, and I'm not gonna pretend that it can't. Reason 2 is Thurston County is the affordability release valve for the entire Puget Sound. King County's median was $889,000 in June. Pierce was $595,000. Thurston County was $560,000. Every time somebody in Kent or Federal Way or Puyallup runs the numbers on a bigger yard and a lower payment, Thurston County tends to be the answer. That flow doesn't stop when rates go up. If anything, it accelerates because the payment math is what pushed them out of their own county in the first place. Reason 3, rates and the whiplash that we got in the first half. At the end of February, 30-year fixed rates hit 5.98%, and that was the lowest we'd seen since September of 2022. The spring market took off on that. Then inflation picked back up, tied largely to overseas conflict driving energy costs, and by the end of June, rates were back to 6.49%, or around there. As of the last full week of July, Freddie Mac had the 30-year at 6.58%. So buyers got a window, the window closed, and a chunk of demand went back to the sidelines. That's why our closed sales were actually down 3.5% year over year in June, even while Pierce County's rose 14. Fewer buyers competing, way more homes to compete for, and that's your second half of 2026 in one sentence. So what should buyers do now? Buyers have more leverage right now than they've ever had at any point since 2015. So here's how to actually use that. 1, stop shopping by price and start shopping by days on market. The best deals in Thurston County right now are not the fresh listings. They're the ones sitting at 45, 60, 75 days that have already taken one price cut. That seller has had a long summer, and that's where a repair credit or a rate buy down gets said yes to. 2 is ask for the rate, not the price. A $10,000 price reduction on a $560,000 home saves you about $60 a month. $10,000 applied as a permanent rate buy down can save you 2 to 3 times that every month for 30 years. Same money out of the seller's pocket, but a very different outcome for you as a buyer. Most buyers ask for the price cut because it feels bigger, but run both numbers before you decide. 3, take builders seriously this year. Go look at what's happening in Yelm, out at Slater Crossing on the Lacey Olympia line, and around Tumwater. Builders in this county are holding their headline prices and throwing money at incentives instead. Buy downs, closing costs, appliance packages. I've seen bonuses well into the teens on finished spec homes. It's a really good market right now to be looking at new construction. So the move, target quick move-in inventory, not the dirt. A finished house that's been sitting is costing that builder interest every single day, and that's your leverage. Also, when you're meeting with builders, bring your own representation to the first visit. Most builders are going to require you to register your agent on visit 1. Walk in alone and you've given up the one person in the room being paid to argue or negotiate on your behalf. 4, know what market you're actually in. Under about $475,000, updated, close to I-5, a home like that is still getting multiple offers, and the entry-level segment in Olympia, Lacey, and Tumwater never really stopped being competitive. Above $650,000 and out in Yelm, Tenino, Rochester, and maybe on acreage, that's where you can be picky, you can be slow, you can be demanding. Rural days on market, in this county run meaningfully longer than the county average. Same county, two completely different negotiations. Now, what do sellers do in this market? I'm gonna be direct with you because the alternative is gonna cost you money. Your first 10 days on market are essentially the whole ball game. With inventory up 29%, you are not the only reasonable option anymore. Buyers can wait you out and they know it. If you price above the market, you don't get offers, you have a slow start, you're probably gonna get skipped, and then you're gonna be chasing the market all through fall. Price to the last 60 days, not to your neighbor's 2022 sale. I know what he got. Rates were different. Inventory was different. That comp is a memory. It's not really a comp. Presentation is doing the real work again. For 4 years, condition barely mattered. It matters now. Paint, landscaping, lighting, decluttering, professional photography, professional videography are the cheapest dollars you will spend on this transaction. A home that shows well in a market with 1,000 active listings still sells fast. A house that doesn't show well is gonna get used as the comparison that makes somebody else's house look good. So if you're selling and buying in the same county, this is gonna be a good year for you. Yes, you'll give up some negotiating room on the sale, but you're gonna get it all back and then some on the buy side, especially if you're moving up in price. Trading up in a soft-ish market is the oldest advantage in real estate and almost nobody uses it. So here's my prediction on the rest of 2026. And this is just my read on it. It's not a guarantee, but here's where I'd put my chips. On interest rates, Fannie Mae has the 30-year averaging around 6.4% for the rest of the year. The Mortgage Bankers Association says closer to 6.5% through Q3 and Q4. I'd plan your life around mid-6s and treat anything with a 5 in front of it as a gift you refinance into later. On inventory, I expect it to keep climbing through August and peak somewhere around late August or maybe mid-September, and then draw down normally through the rest of the year, through the holidays. What I'm watching is whether we cross 4 months of supply. We're sitting around 3 at the time of this video, which is end of July, beginning of August. 4 months is the line where pricing power moves to buyers in a way that you'd really feel it. I don't think we get there in 2026, call it a 25% chance, but it's the number that would change my advice. On prices, I think the Thurston County median finishes the year somewhere between 540 and 555,000. And I want to be clear about why that's lower than June. It's mostly seasonal mix, not a crash. The fall and winter market sells fewer big houses and more entry level, and the median follows the mix. On sales volume, I think it's going to be flat to slightly down for the full year. We have plenty of houses. What we're short on is buyers who can comfortably afford them at 6.5%. Bottom line, this is a normalizing market, not a correcting one. There's more choice, there's less urgency, and there's a lot of room for negotiating, which is a much healthier market for regular people than what we had 3 years ago. So if you're moving to Thurston County from out of state, or maybe you're already here and just trying to figure out whether to move now or wait, I help people walk through these decisions every day, and I'd love to help you out. And if you want to talk through your specific situation, what your house would actually sell for, or what you can actually buy at today's rates, give me a call and I would love to help you make a great decision rather than a fast one. I try to do videos like this, the market update style, a couple times a year. So make sure to subscribe to this channel so that you're updated as soon as the next one shows up. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.